Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra and on this channel we do all things budget related as it pertains to mine and my husband's paychecks. And in this episode we are going to do our budget closeout for the first paycheck of November, which of course was back on October 24th, 2025. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so as you can see here, I have my ledger book out, and this is where I do my initial budget closeout. Later on, of course, I'm going to input it into my budget journal, which is this right here. And I will go ahead and I'll show you how I plan on putting it in here. And then, of course, my November budget plans. Let's see how everything is kind of adding up. So I will do that for the month of November. So we'll get into that a little bit later. Okay, so for right now, we're going to go ahead and do our budget closeout. My budget closeout, I do not give full detail of everything that we do, but I do. Sorry. I do work in high school. Sorry. Okay. What I am going to do is detail a little bit about how I do my closeout because I don't get too detailed. So let me show you real quick. So first of all, of course, I go in and I check and see what did we bring in as far as income. So I'll look at my check. I'll look and I'll see if there's any rollover or if there is anything that I brought in from the high yield savings account. So that's what I do. Now, income is never highlighted. I don't give income a highlighter color because it's easier for me to spot that it doesn't have a highlight. So like here, this is my check. So I knew, okay, and it's at the top. It's at the very beginning. So I knew, okay, that's it. That's what I've got for my income. So I put it right here at the top. Then I go through and I check and see if there's anything else that was not highlighted. And when I did that, I noticed that we did a transfer from my bank account of $140. I went ahead and I took in all of the emergency fund at this point because I was like, man, we're really low. Let me go ahead and move that money over just to make sure that we can make it to the end. And that's what it's there for. It helped me out. I went ahead and I put it. We were able to have our meals for the rest of the week. And that's what we have here. So bank high yield savings account rollover was put into the account. And then, of course, we did have the rollover from my husband's paycheck, which was on the 22nd, which was $375.13. So all in all, we were able to have an income of $2,535.45. Then I go back and I say, okay, what bills did we pay and how much did it total out to? So I went through and I checked out all of our bills, which are highlighted in this peach color. And I saw, okay, did I make all the adjustments necessary? Yes. So I added these up and then I took the difference out because our pet insurance has changed because we're no longer covering our cat. She is later in years. And we have made a decision as far as how we're going to go about that. And our family decision came through. And so, of course, we have here the adjustment that is being made. And so our total bills came out to $998.36. Then the next thing I look at is our sinking funds and cash withdrawals. So money that I moved from our account into our high yield savings account. So I went ahead and I checked it out. Okay, what did we do? And that totaled out to $280. So all in all, the total between the bills and the sinking funds cash withdrawal was $1,278.36. So when we take that away from our income, we were left with $1,257.09. Then I go back and I look through the highlighter colors that are left, which purple is for groceries. And then, of course, I put how much we spent for groceries. Then we use this pinkish red color for dining out, which the way that our lives are in our busy life, that's basically what we do. If we're not buying groceries, we're dining out because of our timing and whatnot. Gas is highlighted in this blue color, and spending is highlighted in green. And this is all that we track. We don't track anything else, because if we do, it's going to get crazy. It's going to become overwhelming, and I am not going to be happy. And so that's why I only use certain colors, because it's easier for me to see, easier for me to spot, and I don't have so many categories to break down. And I mean, if I've seen some budgeting channels where their highlighters, they've got like 20 different highlighters. That would drive me crazy. I just could not do it. And so I work with what works for me. And so I go back and I'll check and see, okay, did we do any grocery shopping? This was a busy 2 weeks. It really was. We had Halloween. I had my concert. I had so many different things going on in this time frame. And so because of that, dining out was what we did. I know that I noticed here too that I did give out a birthday breakfast for one of my coworkers. That was on here as well. We never used DoorDash. We used it. It was necessary for one day. So we had to pay for that. And then the rest, of course, is going to be things that we did. My husband, we bought Olive Garden for us to enjoy as a family. It was one of the things that we spoiled ourselves with, because we don't typically eat Olive Garden as much as we used to because of the cost of it, but we wanted to treat our family out. So you'll see here, this is what we spent as far as what it came to food, and groceries and dining out. So groceries was only $125.51. Dining out was $675.80. But this is typical of what we spend as a family in our food budget for 2 weeks. And I know that most people would rather spend their money on groceries, but we have been noticing that because of our busy schedule, when we buy groceries, a lot of our food will expire, and then we end up spending more money in dining out because we let that food expire and we don't have it, and then it becomes a waste of money. So we make the better decision, like limit what we buy as far as what we can handle and what we know is not going to get thrown away, and then what we will definitely be wanting to spend. So in our food budget for 2 weeks, as a family of 4, we have spent $801.31. For gas in my vehicle, we didn't spend as much as I thought we would, or that I had anticipated. We only spent $39.01. And then for spending, we spent $298.17. A lot of our spending is, of course, Dutch Bros. My husband bought some stuff that he wanted at Academy. And let's see, anything else? Yes, I bought a journal and a book for my daughter at Amazon, and so we spent some money there. Hobby Lobby, I bought a couple of little things here for the house, but that's it. That's where we spent most of our money. And so that total came out to $1,138.49. So we take that, we were left with $118.60. However, our actual rollover was $120.36. There must have been some sort of adjustment, something that was adjusted into the account that I had not accounted for, but we were on the positive side on this one. So that's a good thing. We were at $120.36 when we rolled it over into my husband's paycheck on November 5th. So that's a good thing. It's not a negative difference. It's a positive difference. So that means that there must have been like an adjustment as far as like tip was concerned, or anything else that may have been overcharged, but we got credit for it. And that's how it was into the bank account. So that's our budget closeout. That's where we are. And later on, like I said, I will show you how I create my budget closeout in my budget journal. That way I can start inputting the numbers, and that way I can check it out as we go through the month of November where we are. So just a quick little view, so that way I can kind of put myself in the mindset of it. Here is where we are in the month of November. So we've already hit November 9th, and so we're up to this next week. It is going by so fast, guys. It is going by really, really fast. I'm happy with our budget. I think everything is going smoothly. If things get a little crazy, you know, I will always update you on that. And like I said, I have my November budget plan here, so we're going to see where we're at as we input the numbers from paycheck number 1. All right, that's all I've got. Thank you so much to everyone who has been keeping up with my budget. Thank you to everyone who has been watching my channel. My watch hours, we're so close to 3,000. I appreciate you all. I'm hoping that with my next paycheck, I would like to give money to a food bank. And if I don't give money to a food bank, I'm going to purchase a lot of canned items to donate to the food bank, because I know that this is going to be a tough season in life for several people. And also at my school, a lot of the times what happens is they'll let us know if there's a family in need from students that are on our campus, and I would like to donate to them. So I do plan on doing that. If there's a family who is in need from my school, I'm going to do my best to donate to that, so that way they can have a family meal, and it's local, and it's something that I know for sure that is going to be appreciated and enjoyed. They do keep all of that information private as far as, you know, which student, which family, and that's okay with me. I'm sure that if it had been me, I wouldn't want everybody knowing what it is that our family is going through. But they do a really good job of doing that. So that is my plan, is to donate canned goods, to donate to a family in need from my school. And hopefully, you know, if you all are capable of doing that as well, you know, it's really good to take care of those who are in need locally, because this is a tough time. And I really am feeling it, and I want to make sure that I give to those who need, because I know if it was me in that situation, I would greatly appreciate anything that was given to me. And I know that if anybody out there is struggling, you know, make sure to reach out to your local food bank, and don't feel shame if you have to do it. Remember, it's for you, it's for your family. I would do anything, you know, if it was for my family. So yes, I do plan on doing that, and I'll make sure that I include that in my next budget with me. And I look forward to seeing you all. And like I said, thank you for being a part of my channel and helping me grow. I will see you all in the next one, and take care. Bye.